everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm so happy that you're here to watch and listen to our wonderful guest and listen to all our wonderful guests. We are currently past 130 episodes, and we're looking forward to speaking to this young lady. Her name is Gracie. She goes by the name of Miss Independence, and she's an amazing singer-songwriter. Um, she's 16 and she's from the UK, Lincolnshire. And her debut single, Love You Still, which was released in December of last year, um, it's got a lot of accolades. You should go to Spotify. You should go to other music platforms because it's there. It's wonderful. And it's actually a lyric video. It's I don't know, Gracie, you thinking of coming up with a music video, or is a lyric video the video for this song?
A lyric video. I've got another song that I'm planning on doing. Then I'll be doing a music video. I'm planning on doing it more like a pop dancey one. So it'll be like, dance video. I dance as well, so yeah. But for now, just a lyric video. I feel like it goes more well with the lyrics of the song.
I really like it. It's beautiful. I was listening to it like twice, and I'm like, this is great. This is a groove. Can you dance to it?
Yeah.
Great. So before we begin, can you give us a little bit of cat scratching itself again. Hannah, please. No. Why do you have to be part of a podcast? I have so many times appearing on screen. It's incredible. No, go. Sorry about that. So, all right, Gracie, can you give us a little bit of a background of who Miss Independence is, and where did you have your beginnings as a music artist, singer-songwriter, and what made you say, I think I want to be a singer?
So it was Christmas last year, a little bit before then. I've always liked to sing, it's always been something I've loved to do. But I thought, you know what, I don't want to just do it anymore as like a hobby. I want to try and take it to the next level. So I came up with the name of Miss Independence because my birthday is Independence Day, 4th of July. And I like to say I'm a very independent person. So I put both together, one and one together, and thought Miss Independence. So that's me.
That's excellent. Although you weren't a stranger to stage, especially with musical theater and dance, I know you only started songwriting last year.
Yes.
And you've since been working on a number of songs, and as we mentioned before, Love You Still. I received 5 stars and was commended in the under 18 section of UK International Songwriting Competition. But you're narrowly missing out on a semi-finalist position, but still good. Still good. And everything you need to know, everyone, is in the description down below, including her YouTube channel, Miss Independence. But yeah, I love that single, and hopefully people will get a chance to listen to it. And I'm letting everyone know that it has streamed already 30,000 times. I don't know what the current stream is now.
It is 40,000 now.
Wow. See, it's going to go right up to 100,000 to 1 million. You're on your way up there. You're going to be considered to be the, I guess, Britney Spears. Well, I mean, I already know that Bailey Perry is kind of like Britney Spears in Australia. So you're going to be like the Britney Spears of the UK.
Yeah.
Who says you can't be a Britney Spears all over the world? So can you tell us what your song creation is all about? Like, how do you craft a song? Like, how did Love You Still come into effect? When did it start?
So, first of all, I like to come up with a title. I feel that way it's easier to put the lyrics together because I've got the theme, and then, I just think of the lyrics. It does take quite a while, and I like to be in a peaceful place. So when I'm writing my songs, usually I do it in the bath. I like to be relaxed. So that's how I do my songs and my songwriting.
So you never think like you wake up in the morning and you have this amazing melody in your head and you think, I got to put words to that.
Yep.
And then you suddenly just start to craft this song with these amazing lyrics. And at some point, you will have the words "Love You Still" in the song. And then you're probably looking at all the lyrics, try to figure out what you want to name the song, and you come up with "Love You Still."
Yeah.
And you come up with this amazing creation, a lyric video, which is beautiful, even as it is. I love how every lyric you craft you had someone to draw the actual picture. I love that. Like I saw that, I'm like, this is amazing. So can you give us a little bit of more of uh, like I know you've done a cover version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, and then you also did a beautiful, beautiful rendition of Flashlight, which is like amazing from Pitch Perfect. That's amazing. I saw all three Pitch Perfect films.
Yeah.
So, what made you think of doing cover versions of these songs? What was the issue that went on in your life? I'm going to do Flashlight or I'm going to do Hallelujah, which are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Well, usually when I do, jam a bit of karaoke, those are probably like the first songs I pick. They're my favorite songs, so I thought, why not do a cover to them? So yeah.
Do you have any other? Oh, for instance, everyone, um, Love You Still races up the Hugs. Is it considered Hugs or Hugs? I don't know, because it's in
Oh,
capital letters.
yeah.
Hugs top 200 unsigned artists chart. Sign her up. Um, and so we like to know more. For instance, like what is your favorite part of the songwriting process?
Probably, being in the studio singing it. Like in the studio singing it, that's my favorite part. It's where I feel more at home. Yeah, that's probably my favorite part, doing that, and then coming up with the music as well. Like I can't play an instrument, so I have to Adam at the studio at Warren. I have to like hum the music, and then he's amazing at putting the music together, just from me, doing it like that. It's great.
Actually, you do know how to play an instrument. It's called your voice. That's an
Well,
instrument.
apart from that one.
So, apart from your favorite part of being a songwriting process, what's your best part of being a songwriter?
Oh, a songwriter. Um, I probably like the best part is writing, the thoughts down onto the paper and being able to, put a song together that hopefully relates to everyone. So, making music where people can relate to it.
Yeah, I'm actually listening to that song of yours, Love You Still. I'm thinking there's got to be some sort of experience behind that song that has to do with like a boyfriend ghosted you or broken up relationship.
Well, more of that has come from my friends, friends always talking about boys, the girl talk.
Hmm.
And that's where I like created a scenario and put all their experiences and situations together and thought, you know what? I feel like everyone's like this. Like most girls are like this. So why not put it into a song and write it down like that? So yeah.
Yeah, and I really love the British accent. You got a really thick, nice British accent there. Amazing. But you don't sing with that accent. It's like you sing with it. It's sort of that's what happens. No matter how thick your accent is, when you sing, you don't sing in that accent. You sing in a just a Americanized Canadianish. That's a great singer-songwriter right there. Everyone, follow her at Miss Independence YouTube channel, at her Facebook page, um, and I'm actually pretty happy that you're part of our band together group. That's and that everyone is so appreciative and so they love supporting everyone. That must be really nice for you, huh?
It is. It's great.
Yeah. Um. So how do you know that "Love You Still," your debut single, was going to be a great song? How do you know that I like this song? Let's do it. Let's promote this. Is it because I like it? Anything that Miss Independent says, anything that Gracie says, that's it. That's it. You have to listen. I'm gonna bow down to me. Put your hand up, kiss my ring.
Well, Love You Still, it was obviously my first one, so I was kind of like experimenting.
Hmm.
And it was one where I thought, yeah, I'll go for it. I'll do this. I'll promote it, do the best I can with it, and just, see what people think about it, get the feedback, and hopefully be able to get that feedback and put it into my next song.
Um. So, what would you say is the most challenging part of writing a song, aka "Love You Still"? And also, okay, let's begin with that first part of the question. What was the most challenging thing about writing that song, "Love You Still"?
The most challenging part was probably, sometimes I'd be writing the song and nothing would nothing would go right. Like I'd have like a writer's block and I'd be like, no, I don't like this. I'd scrap it and then I'd redo it again. That's probably the most challenging part. Yeah.
So, did you ever have problems with a specific lyric, or did you have problems with melody, or did you know right through like it's a perfect stream, it's a perfect flow? How long did it take you to write the song to completion?
Probably took me about for my first one it took me about a good 6 months.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah,
long process to write one song.
it's a
That's
very
amazing.
long process.
Wow, that's wow. Yeah, everyone, that song will be uh, shown at the end of this video. Um, so where do you get the where did so you're mentioning about getting the inspiration for that song "Love You Still"? I know it's based on boys and people wanting to talk to you about boys and everything, but
Yeah.
who do you love,
Well, I've got a boyfriend at the minute,
and do you love him?
of course.
Excellent. So there you go. "Love You Still" is on him. That's basically excellent. So, um, did you ever feel that you wish you could collaborate with other writers or artists?
Yes. Doom.
And was the second song good enough? Good enough?
I sure hope it is good enough.
Did you work on that one yourself as well? Or did you have a songwriting team? Yeah?
Yeah, did that by myself.
Wow. Okay, so like your gut instinct, like I feel this
Yeah.
is going to be a good song. Um, does it play into your decision making when it comes to writing it? Like, how do you know when to trust your gut and when to second guess it? Like, how do I know that "Love You Still" or "Good Enough" is going to be a good song?
You've just got to, trust your heart, your gut feeling, and just go with the flow. And hopefully it will turn out well, like Love You Still has. That did a lot better than I thought it would do. Because obviously it's my first one. I was only experimenting, so I'm very proud of how that song's come along. So yeah, and hopefully Good Enough will be the exact same and even better.
Who would you say is your most encouragement to keep going?
I'd say my dad is. My dad's the one who's probably my biggest supporter. He helps me, he takes me to the studio and is always pushing me and is there supporting me, giving me the motivation. So yeah, big
If you
thanks.
yeah, if you watch on my channel the episode with Bailey Perry from Australia, she talks about that her dad is the biggest encouragement, the biggest one that helps her through, and he records a lot of her videos, and so you remind me of her, and it's like you're gonna make it, you're gonna your name's gonna get out there, everyone's gonna know who Miss Independence is. So I feel really honored to hopefully be the first one to have you on a podcast, maybe.
Yes, you are.
Yay! Everyone follow her, buy her stuff, put her on a t-shirt. I'm t-shirt companies. Awesome. Yes. Um, so how do you know, and how did you know that Love You Still, or how did you know that Good Enough um, is finished? How do you know it doesn't need another line or doesn't need another lyric? How do you know that that was the end of it?
You know, it just feels right. Like
Hmm.
you listen to it and you're like, yeah, that's it. I've done it. So yeah, but you always are, you know, you're editing the final details, but once that's done, you just, you know, and you can feel it's right. You can feel it's
But
good.
what do you think is the most important element of a good song?
The most important element. Um, I'd probably say the good element is probably, you know, the lyrics. You know, making them relatable. That's probably, yeah.
Relatable to who? You or your fans or the people
I
listening
feel
to
like
you?
it needs to be relatable to everyone. You know, not just yourself, to everyone, so they can, you know, relate and really feel the song.
How what's the emotional connection like that, like if you're going to write a song about, let's say you wrote the song Love You Still with for your boyfriend. You
Yeah.
break up with him and you meet another guy. Will this song Love You Still have an effect that it'll be now for the second boy, or do you have to write a second song for this new relationship? And when you listen to Love You Still, you're going to think of him. But that's not what you want, is to think of a previous relationship. So how is the emotional, like how does the meaning change with the different relationships?
I guess it depends. Like, for Love You Still, that one, like I said, it's from, like, you know, girl talk. So it can always relate to some form of relationship in some way. Like I said, it's you know, relatable for everyone. Like everyone goes through it. So it can kind of relate to any relationship.
That's interesting. I never heard it put that way before, but I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like if I wrote a song about a girl or a relationship, and then the opposite happens, is where she passes away, she's no longer in my life, I'd be listening to that song. So I wrote that when her and I were an item and falling in love, and now that she's not around, I don't want to listen to that song anymore. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that? Um, you know, probably if you do hear the song, it'll be very emotional. Um, yeah.
Yeah, because song meanings change depending who you wrote it for.
You won't be
Um,
able to listen to it the same way.
hmm. So, what artist or type of music influenced your decision to become a songwriter?
Um, I listen to a lot of Billie Eilish's music. I really like that.
What was I made for? My favorite song.
Oh, I love that
I
song.
love it. You should do a
I love
cover
to,
of that one.
yeah, I would love to do that actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I might have to do that for the forthcoming future.
Yeah, I did a in the future. I love that. Um, I've done several um, covers on that one. I'm not satisfied with, because nobody can do it justice. Only Billie can, because she wrote it with her brother. I saw a documentary on Billie Eilish and how she wrote that song, and what she went through. And, she wrote What Was I Made For about herself, right? She wrote it about herself. So when you listen to it, it's about her.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. And she wrote it with her brother. Her brother said, let's write a song for the Barbie movie. And she's like, are you nuts? Are you crazy? And then look what we have, a really nice song, right?
Yeah.
So that's Love You Still is a beautiful song. And I don't think anybody can cover that song, because I think Miss Independence does it well. So do you prefer writing lyrics or melodies? And why?
I probably prefer writing lyrics because I don't know, it's just easier for me to put your emotions down on paper. You can do that. You can control what you write down. Yeah, probably lyrics.
Do you like to imitate or emanate other singers? Like, for instance, do you want to sing like Billie Eilish, or do you want Miss Independence? Do you want Gracie to have her own voice?
I'd quite like me to have my own voice. Yeah, want to
Yeah.
be unique and a bit different from other artists.
Well, you don't get that a lot because I don't know if you ever heard of Lauren Daigle, but Lauren Daigle and Adele, they sound similar. I'm listening to like I'm familiar with Adele and I'm familiar with some great songs from Lauren Daigle, but she sounds a lot like Adele. And I've heard some artists who sound just like Sarah McLachlan's. Um, so besides Billie Eilish, I know who do you like listening to the most, and who do you gravitate towards?
Ooh. I also really like Queen. That's very different
Wow,
from my style at the
I
minute.
know that's amazing. Yeah.
I do love that band. That's always been one of my favorites. And Freddie,
Hmm.
I think he's amazing. His confidence when he was on stage. That's what I aspire to be like.
Okay, Gracie or Miss Independence, we want you to do a cover song of a Queen song. Which one would you choose?
Ooh, I'd probably do "Love of My Life."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was thinking of Somebody to Love.
Oh, that
Find me
one. Yeah.
somebody to love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. But would you attempt Bohemian Rhapsody?
Well, I'd attempt it, but I feel like that's Freddie's song. No one can do it the same. It's his song.
Good answer. So, who do you have currently on your Spotify playlist besides your own songs right now? Like, do you like Panic at the Disco or Imagine Dragons or
Yeah, like
any?
Imagine Dragons. Yeah.
That's good.
Um, Arctic Monkeys. Billy again, obviously. My favorite, the most played song at the minute is probably "What I Was Made For."
Yeah. Are you kidding?
I love it. I've
Yeah.
just choreographed a dance to that actually for
Really?
a competition. Yeah, I also do dancing. Yeah.
It's amazing. Tell me more about that.
So I've been dancing since I was 3.
Hmm.
So dance was something I did first, and then my singing came in later because we did something called song and dance at competitions, and then from doing my singing and my song and dance, you know, I started taking singing more seriously because I thought, if I want to do dance, and musical theatre, I need to be able to not just to be able to dance and act. I need to be able to sing. You've got to be the triple threat.
Have you ever seen Britney Spears and Madonna sing, and then they have this thing over their mouth, and they're dancing?
Yeah,
You know how hard or difficult that would be to dance and sing at the same time because,
it's very
like,
difficult.
if you s- if you dance for about 2 minutes really heavily and really like, and you start to sweat, and then you start singing, you know how difficult that'll be to make it sound like you just get up in the morning
Yeah,
and you start singing. I
yeah.
like that's impossible.
It is about
So
making it sound really breathy and you know.
yeah, but so when you dance, you don't literally sing, right? While you're dancing.
Well, sometimes in a couple of shows I've done before, I've had to sing whilst dancing.
Difficult. See how
It's
difficult it
very
is?
difficult.
Yeah, it is. Um, do you prefer to be a singer-songwriter, or would you want to go full time in a dance? What do you think? You think your dancing is pretty good?
Well, yeah, my dancing's pretty good, but I'd like to be able to do, not just one of them. I want to be able to sing, to dance, to act, be the triple threat.
Whoa! You cracked my laptop screen here when you said triple threat. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Siri doesn't like that because the screen of my iPhone is cracked. No, just kidding. Um, so you want to be an actress, huh?
Yeah.
So tell me more about that.
So with my acting, I currently do film studies at the minute, so that's something that's helping me out, for that industry. And I want to go to musical theatre college. I'll be auditioning in January, September time. It'll be coming up at the end of this month. So that's something that I want to do, and hopefully, when I finish there, I can go into acts on television, cruise ships. Maybe be on Broadway, music in the West End.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Cruise ships. Do you know how difficult it is to become a singer on a cruise ship?
Yep.
I bid you blessings on that. I don't want to say good luck, but I blessings on that, because that is I I know someone who was actually a musician on a cruise ship. I'm so jealous. Like, I'm not talking about Captain Steubing in a Love Boat here, but you singing on a cruise ship, you do realize that the pay is pretty high, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't believe who I have on my podcast here. I better get 3 million subscribers after this. No, just kidding. But yeah, that's amazing. So, how did you feel that when your debut single "Love You Still" uh, gained all these streams and raced up to Hug's top 200 unsigned artists, and what do you think of that? That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud because, you know, like I said earlier, it's my first song, so I was just kind of, experimenting a bit. I really didn't think it would come as far as this, and I'm quite proud of that. So,
So, tell me, Miss Independence. So you want to get into like films and TV shows? Is it just that you want to be a singer, an actor, and a dancer, but you don't want to have them all in one? You want to do each one individually?
um, I wouldn't mind combining them all together. Like that would be a dream to do that. But doing them individually as well, I think that would be great. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
and
like.
when you do dancing, you'll need like a choreographer to choreography all these dances, and it's really difficult. I imagine what Britney Spears or even Taylor Swift go through just to have those dance moves, and
Yeah.
it's wow. So if you're prepared for that, go for it.
Yep.
So what advice would you give to someone starting out a songwriter? They go up to you, Miss Independence, I love you, single, I love it. I want to do what you do. What would you say to them?
I'd say absolutely go for it. Follow your dreams and do it. Don't listen to, anyone out there who wants to pull you down. Go for it. Be you. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
You would say to them, you got to take some vocal training first?
Yeah, probably. Go get some practice. Get someone who would be able to help you. And
Wrong advice. Just kidding. No, great advice. That's excellent advice. Love it. Um, yeah, most of them say, yeah, just for it. And depending how old the person is, what if it's 25 or 30? They want to be a singer songwriter, but they they feel they can't do it. What kind of encouragement would you give them?
I'd still tell them the exact same. Age doesn't matter. Keep going.
Yeah, because you do have an 80-year-old Mick Jagger still dancing, eh? That's
Exactly.
like, yeah. I mean, and Paul McCartney's I think 80 years old and he's still playing. So yeah, it's an age retirement age for musicians. We usually don't. Like if you want, you can be 100-year-old dancing and singing if you want. So not as long as you can do that, right?
Exactly.
Um, you couldn't be a singer songwriter. Is there anything else that you wanted to pursue?
So I'm a singer-songwriter. Whew, probably say like no, like that's what I want to do. I can't think of anything else. Something I really want to do, and I can't imagine myself doing anything else.
Yeah, just keep doing it. You'll like. Where do you think you'd find yourself? Let's say a year from now.
a year from now, I'll be at dance college, training, getting ready to go off into the industry in the real world.
Yep. Do you what do you think of Britney Spears? She got a billion streams from Toxic alone, and you would expect that Love You Still and Good Enough to get a lot of streams like that too.
Yeah,
That's what you'd want to do, right? And you
yeah,
want to be well known, get your name out there, and you have your dad particularly to help you, and
yeah.
anybody else who wants to give you encouragement. But there's a downside. Is
There
there ever a time in your life, even though you have all these encouraging words and help from your dad, your mom, or whoever in your family or others who are artists, is there ever a time that you just wanted to give up?
Of course. There's always those people, at school or whoever who just, they'll laugh at you and think, what are they doing? Why is she doing that? But you just need to go for it. You need to not care, ignore the haters and go with what you enjoy and what you want to do.
Do you have a clique of girls or clique of guys and girls that you hang around with who are hanging around with you because they think, oh, she's a singer songwriter, she's going to be famous. So, you know,
No, I wouldn't say that.
what's the best compliment, Gracie? What is the best compliment that someone could give you about your songwriting?
um, the best compliment, probably that they've like added it to the Spotify list or something. That's a great compliment for me anyway.
Well, you're simple. That's excellent. I like
Yeah,
those. That's like you're not very complicated. You're like, if you say you like my song, that's good enough for me. That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's
I
good
like
enough.
that. Yeah. Write your music and your lyrics with distractions or without distractions, in silent or with music playing.
I like to be, away from everyone, away from sounds. I like to be, focused, relaxed. I don't really like to be distracted when I'm doing it. No music in the background. Just needs to be me in my room, focused. And that's how I'm able to write down the lyrics. Right.
I totally agree. I don't know if you ever heard of Diane Warren, but she's quite a prolific songwriter. She's been writing for Cyndi Lauper. Many of these, like, if you go type in Diane Warren songwriter, you get a list of all the songs she's wrote for. And the thing is that when she's told and she's mentioned she wants to write a song, she's okay. I got to go in my room, quiet, no distractions, and you should see what she comes up with. So, yeah, I mean, you need no distractions. You don't want to even Gracie
No.
dinner time because you ruin your vibe, right? I
Yep.
have steak here. There's a gorgeous guy wanting to date you. You're still no. I'm writing this next song. I don't care if King of England is at my door. That's right. That's what I mean. Yeah. So what do you use to write your music? Do you use like Pro Tools or something, or do you literally have someone with you to like? I'm listening to "Love You Still." Now, was that from a computer music program?
It was just pen and paper. Literally just wrote it down. And then I went to a recording studio. I said to the producer how I wanted the song, Obviously I can only sing as an instrument. I don't play any other instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd hum how I wanted the music to be. And then they'd help put that into place for me, and I'd say whether I liked it or not and what I'd ask them if they could improve it. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so I guess it's the recording studio and the people that put the melody together for you, and they
Yeah.
use different instruments. So how do you know you want that instrument? How do you know you want a bass guitar here? You want the drums here? I want the keyboard here. How do you know?
Well, it's a lot of like trial and error, seeing if I like it or not, putting stuff together, and if I don't like it, obviously taking it out. But you just got to try and experiment and just go with the flow and see what you like best.
So you're the type of person you do like to work alone without distractions, But also, if you need help on a song, you would go to someone who knows, who's professionally intelligent to know how to put all the
Yeah,
melodies together. Yeah,
I feel like that's the
that's the way
best
to do
way.
it. The music industry, what do you think of the whole artificial intelligence? And do you think it's possible that AI could destroy the music industry?
It is possible, yeah, because AI is it's it's taken over so much lately. You never know what the foreseeable future is going to be like. But I feel like artists now, they'll always be at the top, and it's not, say if I was to do something, their stuff is not, it's not me. Like, you can only do what you create, whereas they're doing that, if you know what I mean.
What do you want that for? I'm a real person. I want to sing with my own voice. I want to do my own music. I want to have a band. I want to have Sting playing bass over here. I want to see, um, Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters playing over here. I want to hold all these bands, my favorite, musicians from my favorite bands, and I want to do a duet with Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco, and I want to sing. That's what Miss Independence wants. You don't want to be like, okay, give us a recording of your voice, and we'll use your voice from here on in to record all your Miss Independence music. And what? And you what? So that's it. I don't get paid for it. You know what I mean? That's the whole issue with the AI thing. So
Also, the
um,
AI doesn't have that, like, the human touch. Do you know what I mean? So
the talent, yes,
they won't be able to relate,
exactly.
and they can't perform live either. So it's not going to be, it's not going to be the same.
Well, actually, I don't know if you're familiar with ABBA when they came out of retirement after 40 years and only came up with an album, but they created this sort of Tron. I don't know if you ever recall the movie Tron, but this Tron type um, holographic versions of themselves in the 70s perform an entire concert playing all their hits, including their from their new album Voyage, which is pretty good. You should get it. That they did in 2021. So you're watching ABBA perform, and Agnetha and Benny and Bjorn, all everyone from the group, and Annie Frid. I mean, they're all. It's like they're all from the 70s, and the original ABBA band, who are all in their late 70s, are in the background, and they're doing all the singing.
Yeah,
They did the same thing with Michael Jackson, and hologram version of Michael Jackson. You want to see a hologram version of Miss Independence 100 years from now, singing and dancing as she is at 16? I mean, I prefer to see a golden statue made of you, but see a hologram version of Britney Spears. I mean, that's how far it's going to be.
yes,
And I don't know if you're familiar with Amy Winehouse, but what they did is they took Amy Winehouse voice and music, and they put it through an AI, and they came up with this great song. I thought was Amy Winehouse because I love her song Valerie, Amy Winehouse, and actually the song Valerie has been. You should do that song. Been
yeah,
covered so many times. I have not heard a bad version of Valerie. So, um, but yeah, and I thought it was Amy Winehouse, and they did the same thing with the Beatles. They put only first 8 seconds of "Hey Jude" through an AI, and it came up with a whole different song. You know how "Hey Jude" sound? It's "Hey Jude," and then a totally different melody.
yeah.
So I don't know if I want to be a musician and be sitting down and say, "Hey, Chris, your hit single just made 1 billion streams. Here's $100 million for you." Oh, great! I'll just sit here and finish my potato chips. You know what I mean? So I think there's no talent in AI, and hope they realize that. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have any songs based on stories or characters that you've made up?
Yeah, a lot of the time, I create a scenario and, like, create a character, and then I become that person in my head, and that's how I'm able to, write down their emotions. So that's my way of, writing and coming up with a song.
What about? I was listening to you. She Used to Be Mine from Waitress. Why did you cover that one?
Well, I really like musicals, and I happened to be doing it for an exam, and then I thought, I really like this song. I want to cover it, so I covered it, and it's a song that's really personal to me, and I can connect to it.
Are you familiar with Dear Evan Hansen?
Yes, I
It's a
am.
really good song, You Will Be Found.
Yes, you'll be found. I love that song.
And another song by Laura Dreyfus that she did with Ben Platt is called Only Us. That You ever heard that one? So if you
Yeah.
cover that one, it'd be like you would have to sing it first, and then the guy has to sing it at the end. Your version of "She Used to Be Mine" is really great. Now we were mentioning about your favorite, who you have streaming right now, and you mentioned Billie Eilish, but you didn't mention Ed Sheeran because you did "Supermarket Flowers."
Yes, Ed Sheeran.
He's your favorite too,
Yeah, he's one of my favorites as well. I've got a lot of favorites. But
and "Lost Without You" as well, which is a good song.
yeah, that's a very good song, very emotional.
It is. So, what is it that you're doing um, when you're not singer songwriting and you're not playing music? Do you have any interests outside of that?
Well, if I'm not doing that, I'm either revising because I've got A levels this year. If I'm not doing that, I'm at dance. And if I'm not doing that, I'm at the gym. So yeah, I don't really like to sit still. I need to always be doing something. Very productive person.
When you go to the gym, do people say, "You look familiar? Are you a singer songwriter? Have you ever been recognized?"
No, not yet, but someone did actually tell me they was playing my song, so that's good.
That's a good accolade. When
Yeah,
like I've seen many videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, where the person is going, "Listen to this," and then they play a song and go, "Yeah, that's my song," and
yeah,
so I can imagine the feeling when someone's playing your song. It's "Love You Still" that they're playing on the radio.
yeah,
Oh wow, that's a great accolade to have. I can't wait for Good Enough to come out and all your other songs as well. So if you could collaborate with another singer songwriter and musician or band, who would that be? And you can't say Billie Eilish or Ed Sheeran.
um, probably. Well, let me think. This is a really hard question. Um, Probably Adele.
Adele.
Yeah, we've got
That
quite similar style, and I think that'd be good.
that would be a duet I like to see. Have you ever done that? Go to YouTube and find out singer songwriters, musicians your age, and find out what they do and what they sing, and try to follow through. Or do you think, oh, that's interesting, but I like my own style?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite currently that you find on YouTube?
There's someone called Harper. She's very good. She does a lot of pop ballads. I think she's very good. So yeah, follow Harper. She's amazing.
Yep. So I mean, they're starting young. You know, Britney Spears started when she was 15, eh?
I didn't know that.
And did you know that when she was 13 years old, she and Christina Aguilera all started out on the Mickey Mouse Club? It's on the net, like it's true. And look where they are both now.
Exactly. You never know what's gonna happen. Just gotta keep fighting, and you'll never know where you'll end up. So yeah,
Yep. Not about relationships, thinking that you can't be a good songwriter if you're in a relationship, and you can't be a good songwriter if you're out of a relationship. You can be a good songwriter if you're in a relationship or you're out of a relationship. Doesn't have to mean that I can no longer write good songs because my wife or my husband left me or something like that. It's not true. If you start writing, I think my take on this, if you start writing music, like I don't know what you feel about love songs, but if you start writing music about girls or guys that you meet and you fall in love with, and then um, they walk away. Like if I wrote a song about a girlfriend of mine that I met in high school, and I wrote a song about her, it would have to be the title would be "A Past Love Now Forgotten."
Yeah.
That would be my title. It wouldn't be "I love you, Stephanie." It wouldn't be like that,
Yeah.
because she's gonna figure out, okay, he wrote a song about me. Why? I'm married with a kid, and
Yeah.
So basically, I love song, but I would think and attribute it to maybe a love that I was involved in, and I'd be like, oh, I love this song. Just reminds me of da 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 da. But I
Yeah.
would personally never write a love song based on a love, because you don't know where it's going to be in a year from now.
No. Could change.
So does that mean that if this song is written for that boyfriend of yours, love you still, and he's no longer in your life, would you say, okay, well, I'll make that song to the next guy I meet?
Probably not. I don't like to base my music on people. I like to, like I said, I like to create, scenarios and become a different character when I'm singing it.
I love that. Do you ever expect to, since you're in movies or acting, do you ever expect to one day maybe write a screenplay?
Yeah, that is something I'd like to do. I love to do everything. From choreography, directing, producing. Yeah.
Wow, you're amazing, girl. That's amazing. Wow, I'm just a singer-songwriter, but you also want to be a director. You want to, oh my, wow, I love this. Uh, so yeah. Um, all right. Well, I think questioning is over. We can end the stream. What is the one piece of advice you want to give to the subscribers and those watching this? But people watching this, what is the one bit of advice you want to give, regardless of whether they're singer songwriters, lawyers, doctors, whatever mode of employment they have? Give a piece of advice that everyone in all walks of life can take and live by.
I'd say follow your dreams, do what you enjoy, and fight for what you want because you never know what the outcome's going to be.
So
So it's
you're
always worth a try.
what it's going to be. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. That's great advice. Everyone listen to her, and it's great advice no matter who you are, whether you have a home or you don't, whether you have money or you don't, whether you have a job or not, whether you're a lawyer or you're a doctor or you're a janitor or you're a baker. Same advice can be applied to everyone. I really appreciate this interview. Miss Independence. Everyone, please look down below the description for her Love You Still lyric video and her YouTube channel, and follow her on Instagram. You're on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and also on Facebook, type in Miss Independence. She's on there. Follow her there. I followed her.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been
You're
great.
very welcome anytime. Um, and I'm so happy that you have help there. You have encouragement from your father and whoever, and just keep it up. Don't listen to trolls. Don't listen to people who say you can't do it. Just look, you got a debut single here, beautiful single. You got a website, you got everything. Like, you're gonna be famous one day. It's like great musician, excellent. All right, I digress. So thank you, Gracie, Miss Independence, and I'm going to end the stream.
Bye. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome.